everybody, and we are live. Yes, we are. Oh my goodness, I am so excited for today. We are going to get so fired up. I have been up since 6 a.m. We've done a podcast this morning with a new guest. I'm so excited for you to see that in a couple of weeks. We've filmed new workouts. We've had a coach's school. Oh my goodness, it has been full on. So first of all, I want you to let me know where you are calling from in the chat. It's going to be amazing. This is some people's first live stream. This is going to be so amazing. I'm going to get you fired up. I was so fired up today when we were doing the workout videos that my neighbor decided to go over the fence and tell me, like, what am I doing? I'm too loud. And I was like, yes, I understand. Today I've been extra loud. So I'm really fired up. I'm really excited because I had just such a great podcast this morning. I'm loving filming these new workouts. We have a new summer series and I was just really excited about that as well. So it's okay. And I'm going to explain to you the story too about how it happened and my reaction to it because it was really interesting how I was able to diffuse the situation very quickly. So I will share with you exactly what happened with the man over the fence. I'm going to write that down actually. Man over the fence. We're going to write that down. Over the fence. Okay, so today we're talking about how to get motivated and stay motivated as well. This is one of the biggest questions that I get asked all the time. It's like, oh my goodness, how do you stay motivated? Now, if I look down, it's because I'm looking at your guys' chats. So I'm going to see a couple of people here. We've got England, New Jersey, Poland. We've got more people in England, New Jersey too. Amazing. Oh, thank you. Someone's like loving the shirt on me. I'm actually looking like anyone else who's got roots. Does anyone else like desperately need to go to the hairdresser? You're like your roots, but you're just going with it. You're going for the all natural look. Okay, we've got Ireland, Australia, Illinois, West Virginia, Michigan. Amazing. We've got people all over. So lots of people looking to get motivated and to stay motivated as well. So this is one thing that I feel I want to say an expert in because that sounds like, oh my goodness, I'm just so good at being motivated. But no, like I really feel like I've figured it out. I figured out how to stay motivated. I figured out why to keep on going and how to show up even when I like really don't want to. Because it's in those times where we're like, oh, I really don't want to do something, that it's like it's even more important to do it. And I've realized over the years that in those times, and I can look back at so many experiences where I really haven't wanted to show up, and because I have, it's made such a difference to my life. So I can't emphasize enough that even though it's difficult, and once you've done it a few times, you've shown up when you really don't want to, you train your brain into being like, okay, I know what it's like when I don't want to show up and how I'm going to feel afterwards and what that's going to do for my life in the future. So now when I'm like, I don't really want to show up, I'm like, it's a really quick decision straight away to be like, of course I'm going to show up because I know what it's going to be in the future. And if you can look forward into the future, I think that really helps you understanding where you need to turn in the moment. Penny is obsessed. She has to sit on my lap every time I do a podcast or whatever. So she is going to be here. So let's just recap and get yourselves a pen and paper. So if this is your first Motivation Live, then welcome. This is part of the It Takes Grit YouTube channel. We're seeing lots of chats and conversations coming in. We will be doing a Q&A. So if you have any questions, I will let you know when to type them. Don't type them just yet because what happens is then I lose them and I don't see it. So don't put the questions right now. Hold on to them, copy and paste it into your browser, and then you're gonna hit send when you are ready to ask those questions. So pen and paper. Now let's talk about how to get motivated. I don't think that you just wake up one day and you're like, I'm motivated, right? It comes from something else first. I think that it comes from action. And some of you guys might have heard me speak about this before, but I'm really going to break it down today. It's that action is what creates the results. And when you get more results, you get more motivated, right? So it goes action, results, then it goes motivation. And if you are doing less action, you get less results, which then you're less motivated because you're not inspired because you're not getting any results. And what that then does is it creates a belief system that you can't get results, or that it doesn't matter what results are. It could be in a relationship, it could be results of getting a transformation, it could be results in your business, it could be results, if you're going for another grade at school, a higher grade. It all comes from the very first thing, which is action. And then the action that the consequence of that action is the result. So if you think about it, if you do more action, you get more results. When you're getting more results, you get more motivated. Like when you start to get like, you lose some weight or your abs start coming out, you're like, oh my goodness, like I am so in the zone. I am so dedicated now to like keep on going and seeing how much more I can improve it because I'm seeing this transformation. Or it's like, hey, I'm studying for this, exam and I'm getting more confident with it because I'm learning more. It's like it fuels you, like it gets you excited to keep on going. So that's then where you get the motivation. It's from those results. And the results comes from the action. So if you're like, hey, I don't know how to get motivated, you just have to start doing stuff, right? You have to start doing more workouts. You have to start eating healthier. You have to start working harder. You have to start studying more. It's all going to come from the action. So the more action that you have, the more results that you're going to have, the more motivated you're going to feel, and then the more belief you're going to have in yourself and in the system that's happening. So if you do a workout program and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm starting to see results, then you do more, right? So you get the result and then you're more motivated. And then the belief in that very first action is heightened, right? You really believe that the action is going to help you. So the belief gets stronger. Or the opposite effect. It's like, if you don't really try hard with a workout program, you don't really get any results, and then you're not motivated, and then you don't believe that the program works. Well, it wasn't really the program that didn't work, it was just that you didn't work, because there's loads of different variations of things, and if you exercise and if you eat clean, there's so many different programs that work. It's just what you feel that fits you, that suits you. So a lot of times people say, well, it just didn't work for me, right? It's not that it didn't work for you. It's typically, sometimes, it's that you didn't do the work. So you didn't believe in it. You didn't believe in the program, or you didn't believe in the action enough to keep going, right? Because you didn't do enough at the beginning. So if you write this down, it goes action, okay? The more action, the more results that you get. The more results that you get, the more motivated you are. The more motivated you are, the more that you have a belief that this is going to work. And guess what? That's going to make you do more action because you have more belief. Does that make sense? So it's not actually like, oh, you feel like super motivated. And motivation is one thing, but inspiration is another. So my mentor would say motivation is like wetting the bed, right? It's like it happens. I don't know why he would say that. I'm trying to figure out what that was about. I'm gonna have to recap that because as I'm re-saying it, I'm sure that there was more to it. You see, you don't always remember everything your mentor says. But inspiration is what lasts a lifetime, right? It's motivation can be a short thing, but what are you inspired to do for the long run? So sometimes switching that word up from, action, results, inspiration, then belief, can also be like a longer thing, wetting the bed, that was it. Wetting the bed is a temporary thing, that's like motivation, but inspiration is what lasts a lifetime. Because I guess you only temporarily wet the bed when you're a kid. I think that's where it comes from. All right, so hope you guys have got that written down there. It is the action, the result, the motivation, and then comes the belief. So maybe if you want to put in the chat, we're going to do which one do you feel that you could work on a little bit more? Is it 1, the action, okay? Is it number 2, the results, 3, motivation, or 4 is the belief? Now, this is a trick question because everybody's answer should be the same. What's the thing that you want to work on even more if you want to get motivated? So put that in the chat. What is it that you want to do to get more motivated and stay motivated? What is the one thing that you could do today that is going to help you? And put that in the chat right there. Let's see if it's give you a little bit of homework. We're going to test you through this, really to embed it in your brain. What is the one thing? What's the first thing that we spoke about? What's the thing in that order? Remember 4 things, but the most important thing is the very first one. So that is what you really want to focus on. And at the beginning, that can look really messy. That can look super, super messy. Amazing. All of you guys are action, action, action. Yes, that's the one thing that you can do today, and that's the first thing that you want to do, is to take action. Because if you don't have the action, you won't create the belief, you won't create the motivation, you won't create the results, right? It all stems from that taking action. And at the beginning, that action can be completely crazy, can be completely messy, can be all over the place. Like, if I look back to the very first workout videos that I filmed, they are terrible. You can't hear me. I've got no mic on. I'm on a $150 Sony camera. There's wind blowing everywhere. My outfit's like whatevs. Like it's just all over the place, right? It's messy, but I started. It was action. It's taken, I mean, how many years I've been on YouTube? I don't know, I feel so old now, like 7 years on YouTube. And now I've got, you know, I'm streaming live off YouTube. I've got 3 lights around me. I've got a great DSLR camera. Like I've got a nice computer. Like I've got an iPhone. It's like, you know, when you first get started at everything, it's super messy. Like if you're doing a brand new workout and you're like, oh my goodness, this move that she's doing, like, that doesn't look like, has anyone ever done a move? Trust me, I've done it too. Anyone ever done a move where you're like, when I do it, it does not look like that? Like, why do I not look like that person, right? That's because you're brand new and you're, first of all, you're doing that move. Like and instead of just quitting and saying, well, I can't do it like that, I can't do it that way, right? And just quitting, it's like, okay, this person's obviously been doing it a little bit longer than me. And when I get started, give yourself permission to be messy. Completely rubbish. You should be useless. No one is good at the beginning. So write that down. I give myself permission to be messy. Because the more mistakes that you make, the more that you're going to learn, the faster that you're going to learn, and then you're going to progress quicker. You know, like even doing, it's crazy, even doing these lives, the progress that we have made in just 2 weeks is insane. So first of all, we started off and we were just streaming from a phone, right? We had the sound going, we had audio, everything was just off streaming off a phone. And then we were like, let's see how we can stream it through a camera to get a better quality. So we started streaming through the camera. And then it was like, well, it was a little bit dark inside. So then we added some lights. And then we did another live stream. Now we were doing 4 live streams a week, okay? And now, the other day, we just figured out how to have my lapel mic attached to the camera. Another addition, right? Because we were like, how can we improve it again? Only because we had done it so many times. And now we're thinking, right, how can we have overlays? How can we have graphics on the screen? And then how can we play music through it rather than just it being on a speaker so it's clearer? But this has been 2 weeks of doing 3 lives a week and just getting started. If you look at the very first live that we did, the workout, and compared to the last one, we changed the set around, we changed the pictures on the wall, we changed the lighting, we changed absolutely everything. And that's only because we decided I decided hey, we're going to start doing lives. I have no idea how we do a live and how we make it great. But you know what? I'm going to give it a go, and then I'm going to research on YouTube, how can we make it better? How can we add things in? So even 2 weeks ago, I'm brand new doing lives, and you can take a look at the lives and see how much they've progressed. At the beginning, it was messy. I wasn't worried about it has to be perfect to go out, because I would have never, if I hadn't even just done one video and then gone, how can I improve it? I would have never have got to a position where I'm now live streaming, I've got indoor lights, I've now got, my lapel mic that's connected. Even just buying these tiny little devices that connect things through, I didn't know how to do that at the beginning. I was just like, let's just add more stuff to it. So it doesn't have to be perfect at the beginning. You just have to take the action. And guess what? I took the action, right? And then I got the results, was getting some results, great. Then I'm more motivated to keep on going, to make more lives. And then my belief goes up. And then I'm like, all right, I want to take more action. I want to make it even better the next time. So nothing is perfect at the beginning. And I want you after this to go look at the lives. And go check out, because there's a category that's live workouts that's on the YouTube channel and on the main channel, and you can see the progress. It was a bit rubbish at the beginning. I hadn't even, you know what, we were live streaming from my phone, and I'm so annoyed that I didn't even clean the front of my lens. So the picture's even not that good. It's wonky. Most of the time I'm here by myself. Corey's at work full time. He's also stays at the station for 4 days in a row, and then he's off for 2. That's what his schedule is currently. And, I'm trying to do this all by myself, but it's no problem. So you don't even need people around you. I managed to set up a whole film set and film myself. Obviously the dogs are no use. So if you're like, oh, I need people, I need help, I haven't figured it out, you don't. You just need yourself and to Google something or YouTube it, and you will figure it out. So yeah, I never used to have this little lapel mic when I first got started. Now we do, and sometimes things go wrong. The other day, I was filming the live YouTube workout, and everything was looking good. Everything was perfect. 2 minutes in, everything goes black. I'm like, oh my goodness, what is this? Now, Corey was here at that point, and I was like, what's going on? What's going on? So I'm just telling everybody, okay, keep stepping side to side, no problem. The battery on the camera had died, right? Because we had been practicing and setting it up and testing things that we forgot to test the camera. But it was like, hey, no problem. We went into solution mode straight away. We were like, okay, no problem, change the camera. Within like 20 seconds, 30 seconds maybe, tops, we were back up because we were like, let's just fix this immediately. So things are gonna go wrong too. We did a kids live the other week and we couldn't get the thing to set up at all. So we had to literally switch from promoting this link from ages and ages and ages for a whole week, right? We had to switch from them going to a live on the phone. And what that does is it creates a whole new link and it messes up all of the promotion that you've done before. But you just have to go and fix it, the solution straight away. So it's like, oh my goodness, it's very stressful behind the camera sometimes when things don't work and like technology is just like, oh my goodness. But you know, now we're learning more things. We're like, why wasn't that working? Instead of quitting and saying like, no, it doesn't work. It's like, okay, why is the live stream, you know, how does it work? How does it connect? And so you can be totally rubbish at the beginning, and you're supposed to be. And don't have a go at yourself. And, you know, I still go, you know, goodness, this is so annoying. Like, why didn't I know this about the lives? But, like, I didn't know this about the lives because I wasn't doing the lives, you know. It was only because I started doing them on the phone that I was like, how can I make this better? But if I didn't even start with what I already had, then I wouldn't have got to where we are today. So it's okay to be messy. And I'm showing you here that I'm messy too, even when I am starting brand new things. So I hope this helps. I'm going to read some of these comments right here. You like the way I say rubbish. Well, yes, we always say rubbish in England. And some people have been commenting saying, oh, you've lost your British accent. I'm like, one, I haven't. It's a little bit of a hybrid between Australian, American, and English. I've been in America almost 10 years. And so sometimes when you go to a new country, you have to adapt because they don't know how to. Americans have a really difficult with pronunciation with me saying water bottle. So I've had to adapt. Yeah, so Lindsay says here, she remember it was funny, it went to work out to pitch black. Yeah, that's because we lost the battery. Yeah, thank you so much, Trisha. Yeah, the regular workouts too have gotten honestly better. Yeah, oh my goodness, so much better. We used to have the app where we had 3 workout videos and we would put them together because I only ever filmed 10 minutes. And then I was like, no, I want the full 28-minute workout. So that's what we went to so that there wasn't this cut in the middle. But, you know, it took a progress to get this. We have a new app coming out. Oh my goodness, I'm literally like spilling the beans. I really shouldn't, I'm not even supposed to say anything, but we have a new app coming out in summer and it's going to be amazing and it's got new designs, it's got new features, it's even easier to use and I'm so excited about it. So let's see what else we've got. Real life is the best. Never know what to expect with a live. You really don't. That's the fun part of it. You're like, this could go great. Alfie could start barking. Okay, another great story. I am doing a live workout for Instagram's Pop Sugar. And it was live Instagram. Now, I'm in a house and the gardeners who come with the property typically come on a Tuesday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. No problem, we don't film at Tuesday in the afternoon, we film everything in the morning. It is 8:35 in the morning on Saturday. I'm getting everything set up. Now, when the gardeners come and they come out the back and they got their blowers on, they're loud and the dogs go bananas. So I'm like, I can see them kind of like finishing up and like the dogs aren't doing anything. I'm like, okay, I think we got this. Literally 30 seconds in, I'm on Pop Sugar's live Instagram. My dogs are going, wah, like this, going crazy. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm live on Instagram, nothing I can do. I run out the back and I'm just like, I'm so sorry, like, you have to leave, like, you have to go. I'm like, just get out, right? And afterwards, they were like, oh, we're so sorry, we came on a Saturday. You know, they didn't tell me, they didn't say anything, but I just went into, how can I fix this right now? So things still happen when you're just like, okay, the gardeners have just arrived, and they don't supposed to arrive on a Saturday, and it just went bananas. So, you know what, we just have to deal with things as they go. Okay, Kenzie, you were on when the dogs went crazy. I know. I literally was running out and I was like, you've got to stop, you got to get out of here. Like a crazy girl. They were probably like, why is this? She probably like, they don't know. I've got all these lights set up in the house. You can see in because I've got big windows. They're probably like, what is this girl doing? She's bananas. This is awesome. Okay, so I just wanted to read some of your comments here. Quitting is never an option. Agree, we appreciate. Yeah, you are so, you can't quit. You just have to keep on going. This is brilliant. Okay, yeah, remember the 3 original workouts. So retro, using the original iMovie things. Okay, there was a mini spoiler on Instagram. I know there is. Oh my God, I was on there when your dogs went crazy. Yes. Oh yeah, I didn't even see some of those comments if they disappeared. That's the thing. It's just like I was so focused on just delivering a really great workout. And there's always going to be some people who like complain or whatever. But we said this last week. I'm like, I feel sorry for those types of people. And you know what? What's great that came out from that Pop Sugar one is we got brand new people that joined the Burn app. You know, like people decided like, hey, we love this, we love the community. Loads of the Burn members were on there as well. So thank you for all of the love and support that you gave us. So yeah, you're never going to please anybody. And like, and that's a thing that you guys don't want to be afraid of. It's like, oh, I'm so scared of this happening to me. This is a great point, Kenzie. Thank you for bringing that up. It's like, I don't want to put myself out there because somebody is going to say something negative. And you know what? Someone I found out, there was a comment the other day. Someone said, you look like you're high on drugs. And I was like, hi, dear. I'm actually high on life. And if you'd like to join me on that, you're more than welcome. You know, this is what it feels like to be high on life. And it really is. And I know what it's like to be high on drugs because I've been there. You know, I've been there. That's my past. So there is a big difference between being high on life and high on drugs. So if she thinks that I'm high on drugs, it means that she's obviously had drugs because she knows what it's like to be high. So that was my response to that. I was like, hi, dear, if you want to, you know, be high on life with me, you're more than welcome to join me. And so, yeah, and if you guys are just like, you know, thinking, oh my goodness, I'm scared about what other people are saying, like, you're not doing it for people to say, you're not doing it for, you're not even doing it for recognition. You're doing it because that's what you love to do. You know, I knew that there was going to be somebody on that live or someone's going to watch somewhere that's going to enjoy it. And that's who you're doing it for. You're not doing it for the person who's going to complain, who's going to moan. You don't even want that person in your life anyway. That's not who you're attracting. And it's perfect because you know what that live did? It canceled out all of those people who moaned about me not being in the shot for, I think, about 15 seconds. Literally 15 seconds. I'm so glad that that happened because what it did is it made sure that those people were not going to be part of my community. I didn't want them to be part of my community. If they can't bear like 15 seconds of somebody not on the screen because something's just happened, give someone a little bit of grace. And I'm like, that's perfect. I'm so glad that that happened because that canceled all of the people who weren't supposed to be in the community. And I don't want you guys in it anyway because we're a very positive, uplifting community and we don't need anybody else in there. Right. Absolutely. Yes. Okay. Glad that you guys love the Pop Sugar workout as well. So it's okay to be messy at the beginning, right? So all of this time you're like, oh, I know she says that we need to take more action, but like, I'm just super scared. I'm super scared to take more action because I'm scared that I'm going to mess up. I'm scared I'm going to F something up, right? But you are going to mess it up. Like and you're still going to mess it up. You know, when you feel like you're an expert at it and you've got everything set up, you know, I'm still messing things up. I still get things wrong and there's still technical errors and, you know, there's still things that happen all the time. So you just can't allow that to stop you taking the action. And then the more action that you take, you're going to get better results at it and it's going to become easier. So just get started. All right, I'm going to take a breath here. I didn't even bring any water with me. All right, no Penny, right? Yep, how you doing? Very clingy. Penny is very, very clingy. So, guys, love your comments. You're hilarious. So let's talk about your why. So sometimes when you're like, okay, I got the action. I know how to do the action. That's fine. I know how to start. It doesn't have to be great at the beginning. In fact, it has to be super messy, and that's like the whole process. But you have to think about, you know, why you want to do something, like why you want to get results, why you want to start a side hustle, why you want to start a new business, why you want this job. Because honestly, that's like the biggest driving force sometimes into, you know, getting you to take that action in the first place. Because if you're not sure why you're taking that action, like why you're showing up to workouts, why you want to lose weight, you're going to be like, you're just going to be confused, right? And I had a great podcast with a girl this morning who's just absolutely blowing up on YouTube. She's been a friend of mine for a couple of years. You know, it took her 2 years to get to like 100K subscribers, and now she's just absolutely blowing up. And I spoke to her a little bit at the beginning 2 years ago, and I told her, you don't have a plan B. Like, she's like, well, what if she goes, oh, I've always got my physio to fall back on. I've got this to fall back on. And she reminded me today that I told her 2 years ago, you don't have a plan B, love. This is your plan A, and this is what you're going to do. She's like, I'm so grateful that you said that to me because it made me go all in. And I said, you know, why is it that you want to do this YouTube channel? And she's like, I just want to be able to reach more people. I want to help people. You know, I want to be able to connect with people online. There's only a certain amount of people that I can serve doing what I do, like in my practice, but online I can help more people. I was like, well, that's your why, that's your driving force. And every single time you're like, I don't know, like, I don't want to take this action, you're like, you have to remember why you are doing it. Like what's the reason that you wanted to lose weight? Like, what's the reason that you wanted to get healthy? Because, I know we talk about the why as being important. I'm sure this isn't anything new to you guys, but that, if you can really get centered with what your why is, then you're not going to be so like, it's not going to be so hard to take the action. Because it's like, well, obviously I get to do this. And it's not I've got to do this. It's like, I get to do this. I get to do this. I get to, you know, figure out all of this technology streaming stuff, because that means that I'm going to get to do a really great live on YouTube. And if I do a really great live on YouTube, it's going to get to attract more people. And that's what I want to be able to do, because I want to be able to service more people. I want more people to have positivity in their life. I want more people to grow their mindset. I want more people to feel confident in their bodies. And I'm like, that's why I'm doing it. So, you know, sometimes I've got to figure out tech stuff, and there's things that, you know, I don't quite understand that I've got to learn, but it's always about the bigger picture. It's like, why am I doing it? That's exactly why I'm doing it, is because it's the end goal. So sometimes, you know, you're starting something new, you might not want to do some of the stuff. I get it, right? You might not want to eat healthy. You might not want to have your healthy breakfast. You might not want to do this. You might not want to do that. But guess what? The reason why you're doing it is to get something that you want, right? Because if you really know why you're doing all of these steps, then it's going to keep you on track. So you're like, hey, I really want to get healthy for my kids, right? So if you go and eat a bad meal, like, that's not helping your outcome, which is being healthy for your kids. So you need to really get connected to that why. Awesome. I hope that helps in finding your why. And I want to talk about, so it's like taking that action. If you know your why, if your why is strong enough, the how is easy. Write that down. If the why is strong enough, the how is easy. Right? If your why is strong enough, the how is easy. So it's in those times where you really, really, really don't want to do a workout, and you really, really, really want to have that cocktail, but you're like, no, it's not going to help my results. It's in that time where you feel, I'm just going to cross my legs over. When you feel tired, or you feel sad, or you feel depressed, and you're like, I really don't want to show up today, I promise you that is when you have to show up even more. It's in those times that growth happens like tenfold than if you were just to turn up on a normal day. And it's going to actually propel you even further. So yes, we're growing daily by showing up for the workouts and eating healthy and, you know, running our businesses and doing great at our job and all of those things. I promise you that in those times where you do not want to show up, it's when you have to show up even more, and you're going to grow like 10 times more than you would if you weren't in that situation. So there's an example. I think I was going through, I'd just broken up with my ex-husband at the time, so about to go through a divorce, and there was an event that was on a Sunday, and I really didn't want to go. And honestly, I'd been out the night before. I was like, did not feel like my best, right? Probably had a little bit too much to drink. And I knew I had to get there. I just knew I had to get my face in the building. Now, there's a couple of different ways that you can show up. The first way is you just get your body there, right? It could be like, I'm just arriving on my mat today. I'm just going to go through the motions. The second is when your body is there and your mind is there too. So you walk into an event, you're focused, you're there for a training, you're there, you get on your mat, you're not just bodies there, but you're also mindset. Do you guys know what I mean? Sometimes you're just your physiological body is in the room or on the mat or at work, and sometimes your body's there and your brain has met you there too. It's amazing, right? Your brain has also met you there, and that's what is really cool, is when the two come together. Now, there is another level. There is another level when your body is there, your mind is there, and you've also brought someone along with you. So you arrive on your mat, your mind is focused, and you've also got someone that you have told about this workout, or you told about eating that healthy plan, or you're bringing to that event, or you're bringing to that training, or you're bringing to that seminar, right? That is the third level. That is the ultimate level. Now, there's one after that. then it's you turning up, your body's there, your mind's there, you've brought someone and you've taught that person because you've inspired them to bring somebody else as well. They are the 4 levels of participation and contribution and growth, right? Growth is the biggest thing there. If you just show up for your body, like great, right? But then your mind gets to kick in as well. And then you bring someone with you and then you're such a leader that you have shown that that person can then bring somebody else. That is when you reach a level of serious growth. And that only happens when you show up even when you don't want to, because that's what creates a leader. Okay, creating a leader is somebody who is a leader of other people's. It's not somebody who's like a boss of everybody else. A leader is somebody who creates other leaders. And I really found that that was the big change in me when I was like, I want to help people so bad that I have to get to this event. And I remember I was like I was hungover, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want to go to this event, but I knew deep down like how important showing my face was. So that time I showed my face, I was definitely not there mentally. I was not there mentally at all. I certainly wasn't inspiring other people to come with me. And, I was just like, whatever. But then the next time, because I'd shown up physically, I showed up mentally next time as well, because I didn't skip that time. If you skip one, you go back to the beginning. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to be able to bring more people with me. And that's the same thing that's happened in the workouts. Like, there's been times where I've just not mentally been prepared to film a workout. But when I am mentally prepared, and this has been the last couple of years now, so I'm in a really good place, then I'm like bringing people with me. So now I've got Megan and Arena. We've got 2 trainers on the app, bringing them in as well. And now they're helping other people get coaching as well. So it's like now you really start to see it blossom, and it's not about you anymore. It's like, what can you do for other people? So I just wanted to take you through that transition of like, the growth part. It's like having that, having your mindset just there, then adding in, other people that are coming with you. And that's just a little example of what really made the difference for me when I didn't want to show up. I didn't want to just say, oh, you know what, like, it's just not for me today. No, it is. It has to be. Every single time that you feel like you do not want to show up is the time that you have to show up even more. Like, I cannot stress and recommend that enough. Like, when you don't feel like turning up, just say, Rebecca says that we need to show up. We need to show up because I'm going to grow so much in this time. I'm going to look back. It's going to be amazing. And even though I want to cry right now and I'm really sad, I'm really depressed, I'm going to show up. Because when you do show up, how are you going to feel afterwards? You're going to feel better, right? If you don't show up, you end up feeling worse, and that's where that spiral goes down. So it's like, how do you get yourself out of a funk? Keep on showing up, right? Keep on showing up. I'm going to talk about the man over the fence in a minute, but I think that was one of the big turning points for me, was when I was like, I'm not turning up for just myself, I'm turning up for the future people that I'm helping. And, I'm sure there's been times in the past where I haven't really been fired up to film a workout because like I've been feeling sad about something or whatever, but I'm like, the why is big enough. The why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I know that this workout is going to save someone's life. It's going to inspire someone. They're going to be excited. So whatever your why is right now, that has to be the driving force to take you forward. All right, so let's see some of these comments. Okay, awesome. We got so many people on here. This is so great. Love this. Penny is sleeping. Yes, Penny is always. My friend was so lazy today, did not want to work out. Was talking that he was born lazy. I took him off the bed, made him exercise, and kept telling him his important. That's awesome. So I would lead from the front there. So it's like, my mentor taught me this, right? Sometimes when you push against, I'm not saying that what you did was incorrect at all, but when you push against someone, you're like, do this, right? What does someone do? If you push on someone, they just naturally pull back. And I did this a lot with people. And so instead, my mentor said, how about you take their hand and you guide them? So what that means is showing them like, you're up, you're doing the exercises, you're moving around, you're making a healthy breakfast, and just leading from the front, right? Sometimes we want so much something from the other person. And the thing of being lazy is that that's just a story someone's telling themselves, and it's an excuse, and it could be an insecurity about why they're not doing something right now. Because they just go, well, I'm just lazy, so that's why I'm not doing anything. Because maybe they feel like they should be doing something more, but that's a great excuse, and it's a story that you can tell yourself, oh, I was born like this, right? You're not born lazy. So I would just grab that person's hand and just lead by example, like show them, you know, all these incredible things. Oh, my door just opened. Is that it's like my door open? Like, is that my neighbor who's like coming back to knock on the door? You guys have got to listen to the story. So yeah, so like leading people by just showing up is just such a great way to inspire people and get other people to move. Like if we say, hey, you should do this and you should do that, like I found in the past, it really doesn't work. So it's about like, how can I lead from example? So if you guys have got any questions or anything that you want to ask, drop it in the comments right now. I'm going to start looking at some of these that are coming up right now. And let's talk about the man over the fence. Yes, so I have had my workout set in the back garden since November or December, maybe November, December 2019. We've been filming out there, you know, a little bit in December. The girls were filming there when I was in Ecuador. We filmed a little bit in February. We have been filming a lot March and April. We've been filming a lot out there. And I have never even met my neighbor that's like straight over one side. So I have a neighbor that side and then one who's like his garden backs up to my garden. And so it's very interesting. So we're like filming today, like in the middle of filming. I'm actually filming a workout for a resort company that they're having a wellness day. So of all the workouts that it is, he interrupts in like one workout that like didn't need to be interrupted, right? All the other ones I could have like edited out, but this one just goes straight to their editing team. I don't even touch it. So they're gonna hear this guy over the fence like saying stuff, right? So we stop the workout. And this guy is like, hey, have you got some movie set going on here? Like, you're too loud. And I just came over. I said, oh, so sorry, sir. Like, you know, what's your name? Hi, my name's Rebecca. He said, are you doing this for commercial? You're doing this for commercial? And I said, no, we're actually, at the time, that video that we were shooting was not for commercial, right? It wasn't for sale. So it was a free, you know, a free video. I was like, no, that's not. He was like, well, you know, you're too loud. I said, I'm very, very sorry, sir. And I could see that he was frustrated. I could see that he was irritated. And I was like, the best way to deal with this is to just lead with love. Like, lead with, this person is obviously having a stressful day. You know, maybe I've woken them up. It's the same time that I normally do it every day. But, you know, they're annoyed. So I said, I totally understand. He just kept kind of being like a bit aggressive towards me. I said, look, we're both humans. We're all in this together. I'm just trying to provide some good value. I'm just trying to provide, you know, a way that people can work out from home. And he was like, well, you know, like we've just had enough of this. We've just had enough. And I said, hey, I completely understand, and I've just never heard anything from you before. This is the first thing that you are sharing with me, is that you are irritated and annoyed that my voice is too loud. And I said, you know, I don't know what I don't know. So if you are able to communicate this with me, that's absolutely fine. And so he just kind of like kept going on, and I just said, look, we're both humans, let's work this out together. You know, I'm here to serve. I want to help people. And I just kept going down that road. And he was like, I'm going to, he tried to go off and say, he actually walked off and said, oh, I'm going to report you to, like, I don't know, some bureau or like whatever it is, right? Guys, if you do have any questions, just type it in the chat. We're going to be doing questions next. Okay, cool. And so basically he was like, oh, I'm going to report you to like so-and-so. And I was like, hey, let's try and figure this out between the two people. I would really prefer if I could just actually solve this issue for you rather than having me reported. I'm trying my best here. We're just two human beings like trying to like live on this planet right now. Like, let's work together on this. And you know, he was like, okay. I said, look, would it help if I just was a little bit quieter? I said, I totally understand. My voice does carry. I will be more receptive to keeping it more quiet. And he was like, okay. And I just kept saying, look, I'm here to have a conversation with. You can come introduce yourself. Like, it's no problem. And I just really led with like being kind and being nice, even though that he was very confrontational and he had a bit of an attitude towards me. Well, guess what? His wife, about 3 minutes later, walked all the way around and wanted to introduce herself and apologize for her husband. Just said that he's very stressed with work right now. It's just very tense. And I said, you know what, like, it's fine. I totally understand. And like, we have been filming a little bit more, but in May we won't be filming. We will be filming until the end of the month, but just 3 days a week, just 2 hours. I will keep my voice down. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm British. I know that we're loud, but I completely understand. And I just took, and I understood with her, and I just aligned with her. And she was like, oh, thank you for being so understanding. So I think that's just such a great example of how you might be able to just diffuse a situation that is maybe not serving them or serving you. So that was just like a little thing that I had to deal with this morning. I was like, and I think I was more fired up. Like I was like super, super fired up. I'm just going to write in here, questions. You guys are being super quiet, or the chat is not working. I don't know. I can't even spell questions. I'm completely dyslexic. So yeah, I mean, I think I was just super fired up from the workout, from doing the workout, but I was more fired up because I was doing a podcast at 7 a.m. this morning, and I was talking to my friend, and like I was all fired up, and we were like getting exciting and stuff. So I think that's what probably made my voice a little bit louder. Okay, cool. So let's go back to this chat. Can you guys still like chat? Is anybody like? We still got? Here we go. If anyone can see me, for some reason I cannot see any of the chat. Are you there? I'm sure that you guys are there, but I just can't see any questions for some reason. I'm not sure why. It's like almost like this chat got disabled, and I don't know how. Live chat, let's see. Live chat. Yeah, live chat is on, but let's enable, disable, save. See what happens there. All right. So I don't know why the chat is not working right now, but I just hope that this provided you a little bit of value today. It's weird. I don't know why. See, this is like technology. We just don't even know like what's going on half the time. Some of the questions are popping up. Let's see if I can actually see. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go over to my phone. We're going to switch it over here. Let's see if I can actually go up and see if there is any questions right here. This is it, right? You see, you just never know. Here we go. Yes, see, okay. So this is so strange. So I can see the questions here, but I can't see them on my laptop. Now they've disappeared. So no problem. We're going to go here. How to change your mindset to see the body you're working hard to get. That seems like, yeah, I understand that. So how do you change your mindset to see the new body you're working hard to get? I think you have to, and this is actually I wrote down here, so I'm glad that you brought this up, Lindsay, is that it's celebrating the small goals. So, if it took, 6 months to gain 50 pounds, it's probably going to take 6 months to lose 50 pounds. And always having that goal in mind of what you are trying to achieve. Like, trust me, I'm trying to grow my glutes. Like, it's not an easy thing to do. It's like, I feel like it's a never-ending thing. And that's what you want you to think too, Lindsay, is that your mindset to see the new body that you're working hard to get, it's like you're always going to be developing. You're always going to be changing your body. Things are always going to be moving, right? So, and you're always going to have that new goal. So your body's going to constantly adapt. So it's like being grateful for where you're at right now and then pursuing where you want to go, right? It's being content with where you're at while also pursuing where you want to go. Will eating oatmeal every day make me gain weight? I've heard yes and no to this. Okay, so if you want to lose weight and you add in oatmeal to a shake, it's not going to help you lose weight because they are good carbs, right? And you do want some carbohydrates, but when you have like a whole thing of like overnight oats and you don't have any like much protein in there, no other vitamins or minerals, it's not going to help you lose weight. So I'm not going to suggest to someone to have like, they put like chia seeds and then oats and then almond milk. Like those things, that's just not going to be something that's going to help you lose weight. It's full of carbohydrates. And you do need the other balance. You do need some carbs. So if you're looking to gain lean muscle and you're working out hard, I am right now adding in 3 scoops of oatmeal into my shake, but that's because I am working out all the time. I'm looking to gain a little bit of lean muscle. But if I have somebody who wants to lose like 10, 15 pounds, they're not adding in oats to their shake. All right, who else have we got here? Here we go. Maldives question. Are you making some of the training for a special hotel there? Saw an old video. So I'm doing, I filmed just a 20-minute cardio burn for Gran Velas. Remember there was that video where somebody swam in the background? This actually happened twice. But I was in Mexico and they swam in the background. So I did a workout for them, and that's going to be on their wellness day on the 1st of May. Someone says, at the moment I work out twice per day. I know it's important to eat 30 minutes afterwards. If in the morning I eat 30 before the workout and 3 hours afterwards, that's that okay. No, the whole point is to eat protein within 30 minutes of after you work out. If you can get a workout in and you can do 30 minutes, if you can do 30 minutes with a 5-10 minute break and you can do that other 30 minutes, I like to do all of the workout in one go because then you're kind of maximizing it. Your muscles are like burning and then you can have that post-recovery shake within 30 minutes of working out. So if you can condense that, maybe doing 45, 50 minutes of workout rather than 30 minutes, I think that works better. How do you personally determine when you need to take a serious break from working out, like rest days, if you're sick, overwhelmed? If I'm sick, I will definitely rest. Well, that's a lie, because if you see some of the ab challenge workouts, I'm dying. But I had a deadline, right? It's a little bit different because I have to get things out. But if you do feel sick, it depends how sick you feel. If you can like move your body. Like if you're feeling like you're throwing up, like do not do a workout. Like that is not what you want to do. If you're feeling overwhelmed, I would do a workout, right? I would actually do a workout because it's going to release endorphins and get you feeling happy. I also have a great podcast on if you feel overwhelmed up on the channel as well, which gives you some real different insight about what to do when you're feeling overwhelmed. So if you're feeling sick, definitely rest, maybe just stretch, get in some fresh air, a little walk around the block if you're allowed out right now. But if you're feeling overwhelmed, I would say do a workout. Here we go. What else do we got? What time of day do you find best to work out physically and mentally? And do you personally do more than 30 minutes workout per day? So for example, today, every day is different, but it's very similar. It's very similar. It's basically 28 minutes, 30-minute workout, and there might be an extra 20 minutes here and there, right? All together though, I'm keeping it all together. So today, I had to film a 20-minute workout and I filmed 3 ab workouts, but when I'm doing the live workouts, I'm not filming on the same day. So I'm either filming 2 workouts or I'm doing 1 live, which is 30-35 minutes. And I feel like I push myself even more on these lives. I don't know why. I think it's because I don't have a timer and I just go as crazy as I can for like as long as I can. But like when we're doing the workouts and we're filming them, obviously we want to have like a timer so that you guys are like knowing what you're doing. Well, on the lives, I'm just like, fuck it, let's just go as hard as we can. Excuse my language. No, I'm not going to excuse myself. And do you personally do more than 30 minutes? 30 minutes to an hour, I'm doing these workouts. You know what's crazy is that, now I think it was March. I've been filming, I've either filmed, done a live every single day since we've been in quarantine, right? There's been something. My body is in better shape ever than like it ever has been. Like, I don't know if you've seen some of my new ab pictures, like just wait to see some of these thumbnails. They are taken now. And I'm like, I know my workouts like work, but oh my God, they really freaking work. So like, I've almost like been putting my own plan to the test. Not that I wasn't doing my workouts before, but I wasn't doing it as much. And, sometimes I would go and do a class here and there just to like mix it up a little bit. So I'm not just, by myself all the time. Because like, I like to have like you guys, you have a trainer. All right, so let's see. What do you eat after you work out? I have a post-recovery shake. It's all available on my nutrition plan, or you can send me a message, Rebecca Louise Nutrition on Instagram. It's just important to have a protein in that's fast delivering, that's got your L-glutamines and your BCAAs, because that is going to get you the fastest results quicker. When do you allow yourself to eat a chocolate or drink some wine? How often one afford to commit a sin? Well, I love mini eggs. At the moment, I'm working out so hard and I eat so clean. Like I have my healthy smoothie breakfast in the morning, my tea, my aloe. I'm eating lean foods throughout the day. I have a meal prep that all my food is pretty perfect throughout the day. I don't really drink much alcohol. I probably had about 5 drinks since December. So I didn't drink anything for about 2-3 months. And then we went to South Africa, I did a wine tasting, and I've had like a cocktail here and there, but I don't really drink. I feel that alcohol really changes my results. And I have to be in the right mood to drink alcohol. It doesn't really serve me that well. And so I'm not a massive fan of it. But chocolate I am a massive fan of, absolutely massive fan of chocolate. So you know what, right now, because I've had mini eggs in my fridge, I'd say I probably have about 5 mini eggs a day right now. But like I'm working out hard, the rest of my nutrition is absolutely perfect. So those 5 mini eggs, in fact, I'm feeling like I want a mini egg right now. 5 mini eggs is just not going to kill you. Like one healthy meal is not going to get you abs. One bad meal is not going to lose all your results. Did you do a live last week and it was focusing a lot on the butt and glutes, and I cannot find it anymore. I'd love to do it again because it was so unbelievable and painful. Yes, so Isabel, if you go to the YouTube channel and if you go to playlist under live workouts, it should be in there. So I've just created a new category so that you can find them all in there. Alrighty, does anybody else have any other questions? I hope this chat is like still working. We never know what's like really going on. But if you guys have been inspired by anything on the podcast, or if you've liked anything that you've liked on this live, we're still doing the pre-sale for my new book, It Takes Grit. I can't believe that I'm about to be a published author. Like, one of my dreams is coming true. I can't wait to actually hold the book in my hand. That's going to be like crazy. But if you do get the book right now, you can get all the pre-sale goodies, which is a recipe book that has 101 recipes in. You'll get discounts on our tour. We're still working that out right now. It's going to be something, so do not worry. And then you'll get exclusive to some live webinars as well. But right now you can get it if you go to rebecca-louise.com/book, put all the details below. If you are in the rest of the world, you can buy it directly off my website, but if you still go to that same link, there is an icon that says rest of the world or not USA, and you want to click on there. That's how you can buy it. Everybody else in the US, you can buy it through Barnes & Noble, or you can get it through Amazon as well. So the book comes out in September. However, get your pre-sale in now, right? Because it's going to help. We're actually going to be, I think some of you guys on the call are going to be the great people who are going to be part of our change agents. I'm going to share with you a little bit more about what that looks like in the summer, but I am looking for some people who want to be part of our book squad team, who want to be one of the change agents with us. So if you haven't already got your copy of It Takes Grit, make sure that you go and order it. I've put literally my heart and soul into this book. There are stories in there that I have never shared online, and I probably will never share online because I want to keep them secret in a book because I don't want to talk about them online, but they're great in a book. I just know that it's going to change lots of lives. It's called It Takes Grit. It's available now for pre-sale. All right, well, I don't see any more chats coming in. You guys can either decided just to leave me, which I don't think is possible, or the chat is not working here. So let's just recap on what we did so that we all know where we're at. So if you guys maybe have just joined us. So we're going to do the motivation. So how do you get motivated? Remember, it's the action, then it's motivation, then it's the results, then it's the motivation, and then it's the belief. And you have to be really messy at first. That action at the beginning is going to be totally messy. It's going to be freaking all over the place. Like, who cares? Doesn't matter. Just get started. And then find your why. Find your why to why you want to do that action. What is the outcome? What is the amazing outcome that is going to happen once you have done it all? That's going to be like the best part of it, is really finding out what is going to make you unstoppable, what is going to make you like never quit on your goals. Because if you don't have a plan B, plan A, I tell you, it's going to work. Celebrate those milestones that you have. And then, how do you feel when you're not showing up? You feel even worse. So show up with your body first, then your mind's going to join you when it decides it, when you decide it, because you have the choice. And then you're going to bring someone else along with you, and then that person is going to bring someone around with them as well. And that's where you become a leader. That's where you have growth. That's where you have change, and you have contribution, and your life really takes it to the next level. So we're going to do a little story on my It Takes Grit podcast, so if you're channel on Instagram. So if you're not already following that, go and give that a little bit of a follow. We're going to do a little video here. Let's see which kind of filter are we going to go for. There we go. All right. So, wow, I did have some really cool filters. All of a sudden, see that? See technology sometimes just like disappears on you. It's always crazy. Let's try that again. Yeah. All right. So we're going to do a hands-free, and we're going to do a video just like this. Oh, that's my double face. I don't want that. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is very bright. I found something new just because I always use the same filters. All right, everybody. So we are currently live on a It Takes Grit YouTube channel doing a motivation power hour. Some incredible questions. We've been talking about how to stay and get motivated, getting motivated, staying motivated, and also having incredible questions for all of my amazing people. So sometimes the chat works, sometimes it doesn't. So thank you for joining me if you guys were on this live. I love you guys. I love you. I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking all over, and we're going to have a great rest of the day. Yes, so don't worry if you've got a neighbor that is telling you to be quiet, just have compassion, be nice to them. Penny is had a whole 55 minutes of cuddles. You feeling good? She's incredibly clingy. Oh, She's so cute. I mean, like, how can I do want a child maybe one day, but then they grow bigger and then they don't do this. That's the great thing about little doggies is they stay so tiny. And you're very cute. All right, yeah, she's definitely a mummy's girl. I can't even have a shower. I can't go to the toilet by myself. I literally can't do anything by myself. So thank you for joining me, everybody. As always, loved having you here. We're going to be doing the kids live workouts. If you know anyone who has children, please share with them. We do loads of fun affirmations. It's a fun kids workout. It's easy, it's just fun, and it just lifts up their spirits as well. And then Saturday, we have the tiny waist and butt build live workout. And then there's another workout on Friday, which is an ab workout. And I think we have ab and inner thighs. Is that what it is? I can't remember which one it is, but it is coming out. It's going to be amazing. And I hope you will have a lovely rest of your day. And we will see you on the next live. Bye, guys. Or we'll be back here next week. Bye.